hummingbirds are real active this morning. There was like 4 of them on my garden fence a minute ago. Now I just see one. Well, there's the one on the feeder that I'm looking at on the camera, and then there's one over. Oh, no, there's 2 on the fence. Okay. Okay. They're getting active. There's a rufous, and then there's a green one. Oh, shoot. They're getting frustrated with each other. What's up, Lewis? Look, they're hanging out over here on the garden fence. Where are they at? Oh, you little fucks. There's one. Just barely see him. They're perching over there. Oh my God, dude. I wish I could have like a head camera on that I could just show you guys what I'm seeing, because God, they're just everywhere out here right now. And they're flying over my head. I was sitting at my barbecuer a minute ago, and one flew past me like just a couple inches from my shoulder. Like I could have reached out and grabbed it for sure. Well, he was so fast, there was probably no way I would have done that, but he was close enough that had I reached at the right second, I might have grabbed him. But yeah, they're back over here on this fence. Oh, now they're back at the feeder. We got that feeder, and then we got that feeder, and then we got that feeder. They're hitting them all. They seem to be hitting this one on the end the most, though. Oh my goodness. I ate the 10 Mike Tyson ears last night. You got a brand new feeder and they're not touching it. Any advice? Is it in the direct sun? That seems to be a problem. They don't like it when the nectar's really hot. Also, if it's like the first time you've put up a feeder, it might take them a while to find it, you know? Like you might get a couple the first year, but they kind of figure these feeders out as like a routine. So each year you'll get more and more, but you have to put it up every year, you know, and you really want to be consistent with it, because these birds migrate like thousands of miles, and you know, they might actually be mating when you see them though too, but either way, they really rely on these feeders, you know, and they memorize all the different feeders along their route. And if you know, they lose enough of them, they could potentially die. You know, it's. And then the other thing with a feeder is they say you got to take them down. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'm thinking I'm going to take mine down around like August 1st. And then, you know, they'll continue their migration, hopefully. You don't want them hanging around for longer than they're supposed to, or they can end up freezing. And then the feeders I got, like this one that you're looking at on the camera, the body of the feeder where the nectar is glass. And apparently the hummingbirds prefer that because if it's plastic, they can actually taste the plastic leaching into the nectar, especially if it's sitting in the sun. And so they won't like that very much. And then the feeder I've got up also, I was explaining this the other day, but it's like I've got an older one right here. I'll show you. Oh shoot. Let me zoom out. And see how this is my older feeder, and it's got just like a single hole, you know, and when a hummingbird comes to feed off this, if it's a small hummingbird, he can't land here and then stick his little beak in there because he just doesn't have the angle to get it right. So a lot of hummingbirds will have to stay mid-flight to be able to eat from this, which they're not going to really like. That, and I think they think it's a flower. So they only drink so much out of one flower before they move on to the next one. But this feeder, if you look there, it's got like a mesh of holes. And I've noticed the hummingbirds will come in and they'll feed from this angle, then they'll feed from this angle, then they'll feed from this angle. Like they'll hit this same flower, if you will, multiple times because they think it's different flowers or whatever, if it's like a different opening. And then also the little hummingbirds can get on the perch and then they can reach, you know, from a perch position, they can actually feed up through, you know, they can get up through these lower holes and still get some nectar. Look at this guy. I am right here next to this. Holy cow. Like, I think, am I zoomed in? No. I'm just that freaking close. Like, that hummingbird was within arm's reach. They're getting really tame. So is my dog. Look at this. Stay right there, Molly. No. Oh, she was sitting perfectly in this chair. Look, I backed up 6 feet and this broadtail came in. Molly? Oh man, I had a muffin on my desk all night. Woke up this morning, muffin wrapper all over the freaking floor. Can we talk about the fact that you took 10 gummies and are still living? Yeah. Dude, I recorded myself for like the first hour and a half after I ate them and eating them. I'll probably post the footage later. But dude, once it fully kicked in, I couldn't even think thoughts. I don't know what happened, honestly. I know I laid down and passed out. I know I'm even at this moment having somewhat of a hard time focusing on my screen of my phone. Like when I try to read chat, my eyes feel like they're not wanting to focus very well. Your old home, they didn't care if someone was near feeder. They would even have little territory spats. Yeah, that's how they are here. Well, and there's a lot of different species of hummingbird, and apparently there's this one called the rufous, and they're very territorial, and they'll chase away most of the other hummingbirds, especially when they're mating. And if they happen to be mating in your area, then there's a good chance they're fighting. It was definitely for science, Lewis. What's up, K-Quad Gaming? I appreciate it, man. See this guy right here, I believe, oh, he's gone. He was an orange one, but I think he's a rufous. I think the rufuses are like really flashy. This one is, I'm not sure what he is, but he's like the smallest version. He could be a broadtail. He's like, you talking about me? Broadtails have an actual broad tail, and you know, it'll look all patterned out. Oh, dude, he's cool. You've got to try gummies. I was trying these ones made by Mike Tyson. It's like they're the Mike Tyson ear bites, and they are little miniature ears with a bite mark out of them, and they are freaking strong. And then when you get them, there's 10 ears in a package, and each one is 10 milligrams, so it's 100 milligrams for the whole package. Well, last night I ate all 10. I call it going 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. And I'll tell you what, he knocked me the fuck out. Completely. It took me all night to get up off the canvas. I don't even know if I'm late. Oh, shit, they're fighting all around me. I'm still high. Maybe I'm just high and dreaming all this shit. This fucking thing. I'm also smoking some pot. Yeah. Actually, I'm down to what's left in the grinder. So it's a scary situation because we're one grinder accident away from not having any pot. Actually, no, I do have some other pot, but I don't want it. It's not very good. I was not impressed. I need more feeders, apparently. They say if you do have a lot of hummingbirds fighting, that you need more feeders and you need to spread them out a little bit. But I've got 3 right here. See, year to year, we were only putting up 1, and we weren't really, you know, paying too much attention to them, I guess. But this year, we put up 2 different feeders, and it was like, you know, they're both kind of crappy, honestly. And then Callie, my wife, did some research, and she found out that you know, just by design quality and whatnot, that feeder right there is probably the best one. Just because it's got the glass body, it's got the right feeder holes, you know, everything about it. It's just what you're looking for. And so we bought a new feeder, and we come home and we hung that up, and the hummingbirds have been going nuts. And so then we went and got another one. And so now we've got 2 of these feeders and one of our old feeders hanging up. But, you know, that feeder right there that we're looking at was totally full 2 days ago. Oh, they're fighting. I'm in Montana, almost on the Canadian border as well. We're probably very similar latitude. I'm not exactly sure what mine is, but sounds like we're pretty close. But yeah, I don't know. You'd have to look up what their migration patterns are for over on that side of the country, because I looked it up for me, and it's like it says that they go from like southern Mexico all the way to Alaska, but you know they can stop as far south as here with their northern migration. So it could be that these guys, these hummingbirds here, have flown from anywhere in Mexico basically just to get here, and then I think they breed here and then they fly back or something. I'm not sure. I couldn't imagine being a baby hummingbird. It's weirding me out. Look, they're just perching over here on my garden fence. Let me see if I can. Oh shit! If I move, they move. It's probably hard to see. He's right on. Actually, there's two of them sitting side by side here. There's one right under that spinning wind thingy, like right here, and then one right there. They're just chilling over there. And then there's another one of the red ones, right there, hanging out on the fence. He's like right there. I don't know if I could zoom in anymore. And then there's another red one right there. There's like, let me count them. One. Yeah, there's 4 just hanging out on my garden fence. Uh-oh. Now that one that was over on the far side is over here scooting those other 2 out of there. That's funny. Oh, now he come over to the feeder, chased him off the feeder. Now he's back over on the fence. Look, there's a red one, and then right behind him is another one on that next section of fence. They're like lined up with each other. They're little co-conspirators. They're so pretty, man. I don't know. I love hummingbirds. If reincarnation is real, I want to come back as one. Sunrise is looking pretty crazy this morning. We got some clouds. Not sure if it's gonna rain. The frickin' bees are going crazy on this thing too. I don't like that. I'm gonna try to load a bowl here. I need some coffee. I really need some coffee, but my coffee maker doesn't wake up for another 45 minutes. I'm kidding. I will go make myself a cup of coffee here in a little bit. Callie was a barista, so she knows how to make a cup of coffee, like an espresso and all that. And for a while there, I didn't know how, so she was my coffee maker. But then I finally said, you know what, teach me how to make this shit. And then she did. And then I forgot, and she had to continue to be my coffee maker for a while. Then I was like, you know what, teach me again how to make this shit. And she did. And I remembered that time, and now I make my own coffee most of the time. So yeah, we filled that feeder up yesterday. They had pretty much emptied it. wonder how close I can get the camera. I'm gonna set it close and then get away from it for a little bit. I think they don't like the camera. Potty walks. Yeah, I don't think they like the camera being right here. They're not even coming in anymore. They do this too, though. I've noticed, like, you'll have little lulls where you'll see no hummingbirds for half an hour sometimes. I think they just go to other feeders. It's gotta be. They probably get all freaked out about guarding this. Oh, never mind, there's one. He's behind me. Yeah. There's lots of industrial sounds. I think I'm still greatly feeling the 10 Mike Tyson ear situation. Fuck. I did wake up and just put on my shirt from yesterday. I think I'm turning into Cobes. I didn't want to wake up Callie by going in our room and getting a new shirt, so just grab this one. It's fine. All right, well, screw you guys. I'm gonna go make some coffee.